Hey there, how are you all doing today? So it's been nearly a week since the 4.1 update now, which is plenty of time for me and many others to go hunting for new meta strategies. And that's what I'll be testing today in these practice games versus my buddy Tyler. Just a disclaimer, the gameplay is probably gonna be a mess. By that I mean I won't exactly be showing one strategy defending against every possible rush. In fact, I revolve around a couple strategies throughout these games, and I get destroyed a fair bit using some of them. So with that said, I won't be able to back everything I say with video evidence. Truth be told, I don't have the time right now to sit down for 8 hours testing all these scenarios, especially when these practice games already took 1.5. However, I will mention things I could have done differently, and that should suffice for now, I guess. It's likely I'll make a follow-up video on this later. So with the recent buffs to Ninja, Bomb and Mortar, I figured it should make for a really decent eco strategy considering it's quite an OP one already on the Flash version. I think I talked about it in the update video where I already found some success with it, but remember, sample size is key. And to be as fair as possible, we'll be playing on the default map which everyone uses at this point, Offside. Obviously it'll be easier to pull this strategy off on a longer map, but I won't be playing on Battle Park or some shit on this video. If it works on this map, then it will work for those long maps as well. Where am I even going with this? Okay, well, Tyler's gonna be using the OG Dart Farm strategy, and we will see whether my Ninja Bomb Mortar can keep up, or possibly even be superior to that. So far it seems pretty lit. 650 eco by round 13 is solid, and I'll have some spare money even if he rushes. What I have on the field right now is okay, but certainly not enough for a decent-sized rush, so I'm keeping about the amount I need for a balloon jutsu. And there it is, a regrow-led rush, so let's get the defense up and all should be good. The mortar's burny stuff is helping a hell of a lot here. But oops, I just went full retard and boosted when I wasn't in danger. Probably the worst thing I could have done, because now Tyler has an opportunity to go all in. And so he does, all out regrow rainbows. I sell my ninja for a balloon impact, and I also have the money for another cluster, but it was barely enough to kill me. Time to reflect on that garbage gameplay. I told you it was gonna be a mess, didn't I? First off, if you aren't a washed-up scrub like me, then you should have no trouble pre-round 18, and to explain why, the first mistake I made was even buying the balloon jutsu. That shit's only worth it for the Moab class balloons, otherwise it's too expensive for not enough popping power. In that situation where Tyler rushed me, what I should have done was get up a second cluster bomb at the back, which only costs 1850 total to get. Believe me, the cluster should be enough because your burny stuff mortar will be reliable enough to get through any zebra or black balloon layers. If you're really unsure, then just save a little more money for a low-level ninja. And the second fuck-up, boosting prematurely, of course. If I didn't boost there, then there's zero chance Tyler goes all out. So far we've established this Ninja Bomb Mortar strategy can hold its own in the early to mid-game, but let's see how it does as the game goes on. As you can see, I've got some mad eco going on, though it's quite risky going this hard as you'll be really vulnerable to round 20 to 24 rushes. Speaking of which, here it comes. Yeah, I don't think this gonna work if your opponent knows what he's doing. Hell, well, you'll have to come into round 20 a little more conservative, I guess. Take 3, this time on round 20 I have considerably less eco at 1050. If saving this much money up isn't enough, then it's safe to say this eco strategy isn't as OP as I thought it would be against a farm user. Okay, time for the true test. Round 23 ZOMG with only 1400 eco. Not just one ZOMG, but multiple, basically an all-in rush at this point. Let's rule out a possible counter rush here because the point is to see how well this loadout can defend. Granted, I could play this part a little better, but honestly I don't think it matters. As an eco player you just won't have enough money or a long enough track to defend. Sure, you could sacrifice even more eco to save up for ZOMG defenses, but if your opponent waits till round 32 instead, then it's safe to say you're screwed because of low eco. Now is a perfect time to bring up Tyler's video on this. If you haven't seen it yet, then I'll link it in the description. But basically, he showed everyone how to defend an all-out round 32 rush with those 3 towers, bomb, ninja and mortar. However, it's important to note he hit 3,300 eco at that point. I screen capped at round 28 because that's where he stopped. But no way in hell you're gonna get that much unless you sincerely believe your opponent won't send you anything at all. Ruining earlier into that game we can see Tyler had 1375 eco on round 20, but then look at that atrocious defense and how much money he has to spare. His tower setup was pretty much identical to mine on that second game, by the way, so it's safe to say he would suffer the same fate if one were to rush him. Alright, so what can we conclude after analyzing these and Tyler's matches? Well, don't use this strategy on intermediate maps like these. I haven't tested it yet, but I believe Bomb Ninja Mortar will work on long-ass maps like Patch or Battle River. Otherwise it's too risky doing this against a good farm user. Speaking of farm users, swapping out the mortar for a farm tier should be interesting. I think a lot of people have been trying this exact loadout on the new patch to a good degree of success. The only real issue I can see about this strategy would be the early to mid-game, as well as an all-out combo rush, because ninjas are quite vulnerable to that. Obviously in this game Tyler won't be doing that since he's going eco. However, he did send combo leads, which forced me into spending a hefty 3,000 plus bucks on a flash bomb, the only upgrade capable of combo leads with this loadout. Feels bad, but every loadout's gotta have weaknesses, you know. Ignore that boost, by the way, it was an accident. So, right now our farm economy is looking pretty damn decent, I gotta say. Around 18 farm is pretty common with Dart Monkey strategies, so it looks like this would keep up with it quite well. But hold that thought for a second, because we're gonna expose the Ninja Bomb Mortar strategy once more. With yes, one single Moab. Tyler pretty much has to get a Bloon Jitsu to defend this, needing to sell his cluster bomb in the process. Hell, even a boost too. But you know what him boosting means. That's right, it's time to take a big dump on him with an endless wave of fast cooldown Moabs. Looks like he's trying to get up a ground zero with that sneaky 4th tower, but unfortunately for him it's too expensive for an eco player on round 20. So one more time shall we, just to get the point across that eco isn't viable. At least on offside, park, and swamp. So same loadout, same everything. Except I'm using the Dart Bomb farm strategy this time, ignoring the 18 lives remaining. It seems just about right that I get my factory up at round 18. Fast forwarding to round 22, and can the eco strategy defend the biggest rush? Yes, this is pretty much similar to the third game except the sides have swapped. I just wanna show you it from both perspectives so you guys know both of us cannot do shit no matter our skill level. Granted, this is on an antistal map and swamp, so it is a little stupid, I'll admit. We've already seen how offside went, so I won't need to show you the ending of this. Now that we've ruled eco out for the second time, it's time to show farm versus farm. Both OP variants, the Dart Farm Bomb loadout, and the Ninja Farm Bomb loadout. I know I've really only shown 3 different strategies in this video, but I know for the fact that there's certainly more out there that could stand a chance. Just to name a few, I got Dart Farm Ice, Dart Farm Ace, Super Monkey Farm Village, and Dart Ace Cobra. One of these is not like the others. So yeah, obviously on specific maps other towers could be used, such as the submarine for water maps, or an engineer wizard Cobra loadout on real short maps if you've seen Tyler's OP video on that one. But generically speaking, you could find some decent success with more than what I showed here, Again, with more practice we'll be able to see the bigger picture. That's pretty much all I have to say for this video. I really think Ninja Bomb Farm is gonna be the next big thing, because if you play it correctly, you'll still be able to keep up on farms versus a dark farm user. And keep in mind you also have the advantage in the late game due to the ninja's slow ability. So go ahead and try this shit out. I may go more in depth in the future once I get a few more games on it, but we can clearly see some potential right here. Well damn, that's 2 10-minute plus commentaries in a row. I better see some more likes and subscriptions for all this extra hard work I'm putting in, Kappa. Cutting the end of the video short because Tyler dies to AI Bloons, but I'm sure I would have won anyway in the end. Have a strategic day.